George Milton was speaking about his experience of virus and epidemic. For him, he lived through the AIDS epidemic and the HIV virus, and he had some really thoughtful things to say. And I'll share. One of the things that he said that struck me was that, when this AIDS was, this whole epidemic was happening, the first instinct was to just wish, like, when is this going to be over? When can we find the cure? When can we go back to our life the way it was? But then he felt like, do we really want to have this experience go back to the way it was? Do I want life to be what it was? And one of the things that he said that was so funny for me, or just stuck with me, was that you cure ham and bacon. You don't, when you cure something, it's actually to preserve something. So if you're trying to cure a disease, you're actually preserving a state of being. So I don't know that we want to cure the virus. We want to heal from it. So if you're curing something without recognizing the underlying contributing factors, without getting the lessons it had for you, then you're creating the conditions that created the disease to start with, and you're going to have that experience again. So killing the messenger doesn't kill the message. So really, to heal is to recognize and respond to the meaning of the message. So again, we go back to meaning, our innate capacity as humans to use our consciousness to apply meaning to something. So what meaning can we give to this? We're able to apply, to recognize things, to give meaning to symbols, to see a pattern, to see a bigger picture, to scale back and look at something and elicit a truth or a observation from it, collect data, make meaning from it. This also happens, this comes up again, this idea of learning from something in education. And I have an education background, and I really like the application of growth mindset theory in education. And one of the things that's interesting from a neurological, physiological perspective in the brain is that learning happens when mistakes are made. When something doesn't happen right is when actually the deepest and most lasting learning happens. So really those things should be celebrated, those things that can be tough and challenging, because that's actually when our brain is growing. So again, thinking about our life, not that we want to have everything always be hard and difficult and dark, but it's that they're rich times for growth and expansion for us. So what we need to do with our light of awareness is acknowledge what is, to really see it for what it is. We're not going to numb or deny or do a spiritual bypass. And then see what can apply that light of our awareness, apply that consciousness to it, to get the juice from it, to get the golden truth, the thing that's pulling us, that wants to expand itself in us.